out, and frankly, I'm still impressed that we're making Grand Theft Auto because I thought there were only so many violent thugs in so many cars killing so many hookers before we would lose interest, but apparently not. But Grand Theft Auto came out and said this game and all future games are only going to be digital. Then it took PlayStation about 6 seconds to be like, yeah, you know what? And all future consoles that we make aren't going to accept discs. Basically, forcing everybody into a rental subscription as a service, like no full ownership. Oh, but you know, I bought it in PlayStation. Something PlayStation also announced is their licensing for a lot of movies is ending. So even though you bought a movie in PlayStation's whatever store, their licensing for that movie is over, so they're pulling it. Now, you could have rented it or you could have bought it. You hit buy and you paid like a slightly higher price, but you owned it. At least that was your understanding. No. You just get to hold on to it a little bit longer than a rental, but it ain't yours. A lot of people are mad, which has led to a lot of sentiments like, you know, if buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't illegal. When the Trump administration came back around, I had said to people, like, buy physical media. Besides the fact that there's a section in Project 2025 where they want to regulate the media we can consume, because things like Grand Theft Auto to them would be offensive and they would get rid of it. So even if you have it on PlayStation digitally, they'd make PlayStation pull it. When you own it, it's yours. When it's digital, it's theirs. No matter what you did to buy or rent it, they can pull it at any time. We've had multiple examples of this. Other, digital outlets have lost their licensing or gone out of business, and even though you had a library full of stuff, they can pull it. Or there was some song, I think by Adele, somebody sued her and said, like, she had written the lyrics, and the judge made, like, Spotify and all the other streaming services pull that Adele song until the lawsuit was complete. Now, it turns out this woman was whatever, and like the song went back up, but although you bought the Adele album, you lost a song. That doesn't happen when you own the CD. Also, subscription as a service forces you to keep paying for something. You buy a Grand Theft Auto 4, you own the disc. You can loan the disc to your friends, you can sell it on eBay, you can go to like GameStop. You can't do that with a digital version, and Sony and PlayStation know it. They're forcing you into buying it. Everybody has to buy it. We're not going to let people share copies anymore. But also, at any point, we can pull it, and you can't say shit. We can't come to your house and take the disc away, but we can just disconnect your PlayStation. That's going to be a fee. Like how they didn't tell us that printers were eventually going to start charging us for using cartridges. Yeah. As much as possible, own your media physically. Go to the charity shops and buy a used Blu-ray player for like $20. You can buy a bucket full of used DVDs for like $5. When it's yours, you have it. When it's digital, it's theirs, and, at the will and whim of whatever their corporation wants to do, you don't have a say in the matter. But just understand that buying something digitally does not mean you own it. At any time, your books, your music, your games can get pulled. Buy doesn't mean buy. Buy just means they'll let you hold on to it until they decide you can't have it anymore. And this is all because they want to make more money. They know at this point you're loyal. Obviously, you're playing Grand Theft Auto 6. You're not going anywhere. So now they've decided to squeeze. It's just getting you to buy one game every 5 years. That ain't enough. They can make you pay every week. It'd be glorious if people didn't buy the new consoles or the new game as like a I doubt people are gonna, sacrifice. So be aware, you don't own shit. At any point, they can start charging you rent for something you technically own because you don't really own it, despite the fact that the button says buy now. Seriously, buy physical media. Grand Theft Auto 4, I'm sure it's just as good as Grand Theft Auto 6. Don't let the corporations win, because they're not going to stop until we stop them.